Good morning and happy Wednesday. Yesterday had to be the literally most boring trading day ever. It was a bank holiday. But also I find that just sitting here and watching the market does make time feel like it's going by so slow. So we are definitely winning. Market looks pretty bullish today. We had that sweep of the daily, of that daily low here, and then that really rocketed us. Like, we talk a lot about prices fractal. Imagine if you saw this candle on the 1 minute and then this candle, then you would know that we are likely going to just go up and keep going up. I've got all of my levels still there, my top levels that have not been touched yet. So we will just be watching as those get hit and observing. What have we learned so far? I've learned that I probably would jump in and take a lot of silly trades. So really grateful for this. Even yesterday, I saw a couple that I got a little antsy on, and I was like, ooh, I would take that. And as I watched it kind of just go and fail, then I learned a lesson. So may we all be learning lessons during this time. Now, the first thing that we do every day after saying hello is to take out our trusty journal, and we are going to journal our intentions for today's trading session. So skip to a clean page. Make sure you've got a nice pen, one that writes really nicely. And the first thing we will do is start with the date. All right. And for everybody new here, we do our journaling a very special way. What we do here is we work on reprogramming our subconscious mind. So the best thing that we can do is we can write our intentions as if they've already happened. So write them in the past tense, and then also amplify that with gratitude. So today I am so grateful I had the courage to stick to my rules during market open session. That is just a little example. So take a couple moments here. I'm going to write in my journal, and then I'll share with you all what I've written, and then we can move on. So let's get it. All right, I'm done mine. I'll give everyone just a couple minutes here. I have one more minute. Perfect. I am getting a strong intuition that everyone is done their journal now. So let's take a look at mine. Always start off with the date so we can go back and look and see our progress. We'll read our progress. Today, I am so grateful I have had the opportunity to observe market open and stick to my rules by not taking any trades. Today, I am so grateful for my self-awareness in the market. And today, I have conquered FOMO and built my abundance mindset by being patient and trusting in my plan by taking no trades for 21 days. Amazing. If any of you have written some really nice intentions that you feel like reprogram your subconscious mind, please put them in the comments. I would love to read them, and I'm sure everybody else would love to read them too. Even though I have been on this journey of reprogramming my subconscious mind, it does not mean that I know everything. The more we are open to learning, the more that we learn. The moment that we think we know everything is the moment we actually become stupid. So always be learning. All right, cool. Now we are going to go into our prayer. So the first minute will be silence, and then the second minute I will lead us in a little prayer, and then we'll get right into market stuff. So take a moment, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and begin your prayer. I will be timing here. Perfect. All right. I hope you all feel as amazing as I do. Now that we have done our own personal prayer, we will do one together. So first, I would like to start by saying thank you to me and thank you to you for having the courage and the knowledge to know that a 21-day trading challenge where we take no trades is really what's going to level us up as traders. I would like to thank all of you for coming on this journey with me and for keeping me company. Trading is a lonely journey, so the more support and the more love that we can all share with each other will really rocket us towards success. The best part about trading is that we can all be on top. There's not one Kanye, there's not one Metallica. We are all Kanyes. We are all Metallicas. So live to your highest potential. Remember to thank yourself every day and appreciate this journey, because I know that I am so grateful to have found day trading and so grateful along my journey to have found so many amazing people that have taught me. Thank you. All right, market time. So, like we were talking about, this wick, this daily reversal really tells me that we are going to have the momentum to go back up to all-time highs. We likely will see some type of retracement because we do have a new week opening gap below us. Doesn't mean we're going to fill it now. Look at last time we had this huge gap. We went up, lost traction, low volume, really low volume candles. Well, I don't know if they're low volume, but it's not, they're more neutral candles. And then that reversal came in. So whether we see that new week opening gap filled this week or next week, when was this formed? Yeah, so it's about 10 days between. So whenever we see that new week opening gap filled, we will watch out for that. It's also ES has a daily volume imbalance there. It's actually quite huge. So good to target, but maybe on the next leg down. So what are we looking at today? This is our 4-hour. Not really seeing too much. We took out this 4-hour wick, and then we came down, hit VWAP, kind of going back up again, but we don't really have, we just have this tiny 4-hour fair value gap here, but it's already been touched, it's already been held. So we'll see what happens with this candle at 10 a.m. And then we've got a 1 hour here, which got inversed, but that last gap in the leg really held. So we have a 1 hour intermediate term low here. We have our Asia low here. Our London lows and highs is somewhere between here. They've already been swept. So if we look over to the left, we do see that we're still holding this big 1 hour here. We took out that intermediate term high. But, yeah, this big 1 hour. I liked it more on the 15 because we had a bunch of gaps, and then the last gap in the leg hasn't been touched yet. We just barely came up to it. So I imagine as we retrace, we will go through that 15 minute. But whether we close above it or we just reject, we will find out. Price has been pretty choppy. We had all this chop yesterday afternoon. Kind of crazy. Had a little bit of expansion during Asia session. Asia and London. And then it looked like at some point we had some news because there's this really big wick on the 1 minute that I saw. So now let's look at our lower time frames. We've got this pretty obvious 5 minute. So let's just take a look at the 15. Okay, we got a 15-minute intermediate term low here. So we can watch that. That would be good. Liquidity sweep. And I'm sure a lot of you are asking, but Samaya, we're not taking any trades. Doesn't matter. We still got to do our charts. We still got to show up every day and do what we would be doing. Just don't take any trades, because that is how we build our discipline and how we cultivate our abundance mindset. So 15-minute intermediate term low here. Looks like a really, oh, it was swept. It actually might be protected. 15-minute, we left a low and then we swept it. It's kind of obvious though, so I'll leave it there. We'll just watch it. We also have a 5. No, we don't. That's not a 5 minute. Big, nice, obvious 5 minute here. It got inversed. Pretty obvious 5 here. So that's what we can watch going into market open. Is this 5 and this 5? Let's see. If we close above this 5, I imagine we're going to here. And if we close below this one, I imagine we are coming here, because we don't really have any other. We don't have a 15. So something like that. It already looks like we want to come down. And then over to BOOKMAP. 25,825, there are about 100 orders sitting there. So, as all of you know, when we're going through BOOKMAP, 100 orders is good to be taken. It's not a lot. It's not high resistance. It's kind of just somewhere where the market will gravitate towards. So maybe we want some type of pullback to go up there, but it's right around our high here. 825 would be here. And then ES is quite similar. We have a lot of orders, 163 orders sitting at 6,900, which we did, 6,900 we did break overnight, but it looks like once we broke it, then those orders came in. ES has orders to the top and to the bottom, so I'm not really quite sure of direction today, just based off looking at that. But NQ really only has liquidity above. But yeah, I'm seeing 100, 200, 150, 109, 110. A bunch of clusters of orders all just above each other. And then 6880, we've got 146. And then 6837, we've got 222. So kind of orders just sitting all around. We'll watch it, see what happens. Turn on our little sounds now. Take a look at ES. I already marked out my levels, but let's just take a quick look. We got a huge
stop NQ sell. Stop NQ buy.
We got a huge 4-hour here. I don't know if we're going to come back for that. A 4-hour from yesterday at 10 a.m.
Iceberg ES sell.
To the left on ES it's pretty choppy.
Stop NQ buy. Sweep NQ buyers.
We don't really have any conditions on ES. So what we're going to do before market open is we're going to do just a little breathing exercise. This will calm our nervous system and allow us to feel ready for everything that's going to happen within the next hour and a half. So I will lead us here in a little breathing exercise. What we're going to do is we're going to breathe in for 7. We're going to breathe in through our nose for 7 seconds. So hold for 2. And then breathe out through our mouth for 8. Okay. We're going to breathe in for 7.
Sweep NQ sellers.
Hold for 2.
NQ buyers.
And then breathe out through our mouth for 8. You should feel your whole body relaxing, and we'll do it once more. Breathe in through your nose for 7. Hold for 2. And then out your mouth for 8. Amazing. Thank you all for joining me in that. What these breathing exercises do is they really allow our nervous system to relax. Whoa. And the more that we can focus on our breathing and we can focus on controlling our physiological symptoms, the better we can feel just human.
Stop NQ sell.
All right, so immediately market open, we've got a huge dump on NQ, but not really on ES. NQ's just dumping past
Sweep NQ buyers.
past VWAP. Not even one stop there. Coming down for that 1 hour intermediate term low. Let's check it out on the 1 hour. Yeah. So low is protected, it's still valid as a liquidity sweep. Wow.
Sweep NQ sellers. Stop NQ sell. Sweep NQ sellers. Stop ES sell. Sweep NQ sellers.
Are we going for 6-8
Stop
AT?
NQ sell. Sweep NQ sellers. Iceberg NQ buy.
So even though the dump is huge, the delta's not that red. So this really could be some type of Judas swing
Iceberg ES buy.
where we come down and then we use that liquidity to go all the way back up. So we've taken two liquidity pools, Asia low
Iceberg ES buy. Iceberg ES buy.
and our intermediate term low. However, ES hasn't even taken that low
Iceberg ES sell.
inside the 1 hour. So pretty interesting SMT so
Iceberg
far.
ES buy. Iceberg ES sell.
From yesterday's
ES sell.
market
Sweep
open,
NQ sellers. Iceberg
ES
sell.
was a lot more bullish. So ES took that Asia
Iceberg
high,
ES sell.
London high before NQ even got there. And this dump right now still shares that SMT. So what do we got below other than that new week opening gap? Okay, we got this 15-minute intermediate term low. This 1 hour here.
Iceberg ES sell.
And then this 1 hour here. So let's just watch price. Let's see what happens. So already we do have our first presented fair value gap. It's this one here. This is quite big.
Sweep NQ buyers.
To be honest,
sellers.
because we swept our
NQ buyers.
liquidity, I'm going to remove that. Now I'm watching Bookmap here. ES reversed right before liquidity was taken. So we still could be coming back for that.
Iceberg NQ buy.
So yes, I do trade the 1 minute. I mostly trade the 1 minute. I've always traded the 1 minute. But as I got better at trading, it was easier for me to cycle through the time frames. But if you ask me, my favorite time frame really is the 1 minute. So yeah,
Stop
we
NQ sell.
dumped through VWAP without even a hesitation, and that candle close is just so bearish. It's not even a wick there.
When you have a Pixel 10,
So really still just dumping 25650. Whoa.
Iceberg NQ buy.
We've got liquidity here on Bookmap. 25662, 25650. That's kind of what I'm watching now, along with the delta. So now NQ has no liquidity below on Bookmap. And ES, we still have that 6880 level. And then after that, we don't really have much liquidity until we get down to that 6837, which is kind of where we were, where we reversed yesterday.
Sweep NQ buyers.
So yeah, we came down, we have all these 30 seconds, create a manipulation leg. With the SMT really, oh, well, we really could go up ES is just kind of blasting there. But I would say with this huge one here, we just gotta watch. So it looks like above 6,900, we had a bunch of orders that really pushed us down at market open. And now they're gone. So we could really reverse. ES is basically reversed most of that move. So we might want to see ES come up, take some liquidity, and then keep dumping if NQ is going to keep dumping. But ES honestly literally reversed just a couple ticks before that liquidity, which was our our pre-market low.
Sellers.
ES is also really trying to inverse that first presented fair value gap. We're actually pretty close. 930.
Iceberg NQ buy.
And to be honest, the delta is kind of like 300 sells, 300 buys. So CVD is also pretty red.
NQ sellers. Stop NQ sell. Iceberg NQ buy.
Okay, so ES has basically recovered that move now, but NQ is really just struggling there. So yeah, we might want to see ES come in and sweep some liquidity. I am seeing kind of some LRLR, not the best, but just a bunch of highs. Winter always makes my throat really dry. Okay, so ES 100% recovered that move now.
Iceberg ES sell. Absorb
But
ES sellers.
the delta wasn't that good. So let's just keep watching.
Sweep NQ sellers.
Pretty big iceberg, 264 orders on ES. And then we've got a couple stacks of orders coming in at 705.
Sweep NQ buyers.
710. Oh, we barely inversed that first presented fair value gap on ES. So now I've got the sense we're just going to kind of dump. ES is holding that 929 fair value gap. We've got 3 wicks.
Iceberg NQ sell. Sweep NQ sellers. Stop NQ sell. Sweep NQ sellers. Q sellers. Stop N
Oh no, have you guys been able to hear me? Oh no. I had it muted. All right, so that's really what the goal is to be sitting here and to watch our setups, watch them form, and then see that they work out, see that they play, but also see that they continually happen. That just because we miss one, just because we miss two, just because we don't trade for 21 days doesn't mean that the market's going to move without us. Especially if you find that you get kind of like itchy fingers or you are too eager to enter, then this challenge is for you. So we closed above it, but it was invalid. Maybe not. Depends on where you count invalid from. Two, 6, 6, 7, 5, right? A VWAP. Is that VWAP on here? No. 6, 7, 5 here. We have some orders sitting right inside this nice little fair value gap. So ES is really just kind of grinding its way up. Not one setup to take. 68.95. We've got about 230 orders sitting there. We also have orders below too, so that kind of skews the way we manage. Rejecting out of this 5 minute. Whoa, big rejection. All the way back to break even if you didn't take your profits. Let's see now. Did we retrace to that 50%? Look at it on the 5 minute. Didn't mind the 5 minute. Not yet. Not that one. Let's check the opening range. No, we did not. Let's check the 15. I would say the leg would be somewhere around here. No, not at all. Okay, NQ printed some big orders to the downside, which we absorbed with buying. A big sell bubble with a green square. So ES is coming down now for all that liquidity. 6872, 6870, 6867, 6865. All the way down to 6862.
Iceberg ES sell.
So now ES is taking out that low of day, whereas NQ is just kind of hanging around in the range here. And look, there's kind of my my theory, where we inverse the candle, so it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, you get the idea. We just kind of chop around. We chop around, we inverse it, and then we just go whoo. So even though that's not technically a setup, I think that's through screen time that we can eventually begin to take those trades, because it's something that we have just seen happen so many times. You could call it the inverse fair value gap. And really where I would take it would be like as we inverse it, then we hit short. So wait till it gets inversed with that chop, and then you take a short. Excuse me. Oh. So let's look at it now on the 4 hour. Let's look at it on the daily. Actually, ooh, we've got a daily fair value gap here. So really what we could do is come down, fill that new week opening gap, and then really just reject from that daily. Daily, 4 hours, wicks. We got wicks down here. When did this one happen? Yesterday. Wicks, 4 hour intermediate term low. But overall, today's session has looked pretty nice so far. And I've been noticing that I mostly go for longs.
Sweep and Q buyers. Stop and Q buy. Sweep and Q buyers.
So now ES has come down and reswept that low of day. So really, if we wanted to reverse, now could be the time.
Iceberg ES buy. Iceberg ES buy.
But ideally, if we are going to reverse, I'd like to see one candle break through all of those.
Sweep and Q sellers. Sweep and Q sellers.
So yeah, ES is just 6870, 6867, all around that area. There's some pretty big buys sitting there. So how's everyone been feeling throughout this session and the last 2 sessions where we take no trades? I find that my body just becomes a little tired from not really getting that excitement of pressing the button or winning or losing. So I've also remembered that some days when I leave my station, I just feel so amped up, which is good. I mean, feeling amped up is great, but it's excitement, I heard this quote that excitement and anxiety are the same feeling. It's just the story that we tell ourselves. So if you're excited when you win and you're anxious when you lose, you're actually just excited. But when you win, you're happy. And when you lose, you're sad. So really, the best thing that we can do is work on those neutral feelings and work on keeping our emotions out of the market and out of our trading session. So I would say right now it's neither here nor there whether we're going to go up or down. Well, I'd like to say we're going to go up. We've got a lot here to inverse. We're holding this 15-minute here. This 15-minute. So
Srina 17 said, "We're going higher, chat load and prop evals."
orders are really stacking up there on ES. But we do seem to be running out of volume in a sense because there's a lot of it's a lot of wicks. Okay, NQ just swept liquidity. Swept this.
You
swept
have
that.
to lighten up with the doom scrolling. Not great for sleep.
So I would say that if we form an IFVG, we can go down. But there's no FVGs here. Just kind of choppity, choppity, choppity. ES is kind of like stalled 3 times right there. Nothing. Even though we swept liquidity, we don't really have much. I don't know if you guys can see ES, but it's like 10 candles just up and down in the exact same range. I actually find it absolutely imperative to look at both ES and NQ at the same time. Because if you're watching NQ and not ES, then you're missing a lot of context. And I understand that some people can only trade on their phones, so when they're at work, so it is tough to get that context, but I feel like I am blind when I do not have it. ES is like quite far from that new week opening gap.
Iceberg ES5.
NQ is much closer.
Stop ES sell.
Okay, yeah, so we swept that liquidity there. High, inside.
Iceberg ES sell.
Swept this high. Pretty big red delta. But there's just this huge block on ES that we are just hovering around. Starts at 6870. Just gonna take a screenshot of this. Keep it for my notes. We could do a mid-morning stretch. And as we stretch and breathe out, we do feel lighter. So yeah, I would imagine that if ES is going to take that liquidity at 6870, that we might want to come up, sweep a high on ES, and then get that momentum to go back down. Because in order to go lower, we do have to go higher, and in order to go higher, we have to go lower. Justin Werlein said that one, but realistically, I have seen that happen.
Absorption NQ buyers. Stop ES5. Sweep NQ buyers. Stop ES5.
Oh, a bunch of them, the orders got lifted there. Here, we have some bookmap orders coming in. So yeah, ES swept a bunch of the highs with that manipulation move. So maybe now we go down because there's probably a lot of stop losses here around these highs. I would imagine that anyone wanting to go short somewhere around here would have their stop loss here. Either that or up here. Oh, excuse me. How about Jovies? And if you do see your trade go by and you're feeling a lot of FOMO or like a scarcity mindset, take out your journal and write it down. Write down those feelings, write down the date. And what I would encourage or suggest would be to
Sweep NQ buyers.
to just go through your journal every week. And we always talk about having a physical journal. Look, I am very blessed. I have many journals. But it's great because the energy that you get when you're writing down and the way that your brain maps out those things that you're writing down, it's a lot more powerful when you use your hands. I find typing, sometimes if I get good ideas or I want to write something polished, that I'll type it.
NQ sellers.
But if I'm kind of just brain dumping or have feelings, that using my hands is the best. So yeah, it looks like ES is really going to come down.
NQ sellers. Sweep NQ sellers.
I'm just going to take a quick moment to blow my nose, please. Thank you very much. So now that we've come down, but now that we've come up higher, as we're coming down, it doesn't look like we want to hit that liquidity. Very similar thing happened yesterday, 6830. ES just did not want to hit it. And then if you look, let's look on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah. You can see we got a bunch of wicks there. Never hit it. And then we just kind of rocketed. So good pattern to take note of because that does happen. Yeah, so those orders are coming in at 25640, and then they're kind of going away. You just see like little patches. So they come in, go away. Come in, go away. Very interesting. I'm gonna change it so you guys can see the price. Yeah. Whee! Oh, it's coming. It's coming. My book map is 15 seconds behind.
Stop ES sell.
So we're already taking that liquidity.
What makes my home valuable?
Oh, we're just dumping. Dumpity. Ooh, 20 seconds behind.
Sweep NQ sellers. Stop NQ sell. Stop ES sell. Sweep NQ sellers.
Okay, so ES made a new low of day, however, NQ has not. So I am imagining that the new week opening gap is the draw. Okay, ES is tapping into something. Big 4 hour, giant ass 4 hour. I don't know if I hit it yet. Okay, now it's hitting it. Nope, not yet. And then that daily 7-9.
Sellers. Sweep NQ sellers. Stop NQ sell.
There we go. So look, you could use the fib here.
Stop ES sell.
We came back to discount of this range, and then we just dumped. We couldn't break that discount.
Stop NQ sell. Sweep NQ sellers. Sweep NQ buyers.
Observing the delta, just to see.
Sellers. Sweep NQ sellers. Stop
Okay, now
NQ
ES is like really dumping. Minus 330, minus 336, minus 262, minus 598. It's strange though, the cumulative volume delta on ES is still pretty green. Actually, it's very green. It's like 10,000 green. But NQ is 1,200 red. I wonder what that means.
NQ buyers.
And yes, I know I could ask ChatGPT, but I find that his answers just don't really make sense sometimes. I used to use ChatGPT a lot more for trading and for BOOKMAP and stuff like that, but just over time, as I would ask questions and ask the same questions, then I really would find, now we're hitting that 15, then I really would find that the information just wouldn't measure up over time. They are forming not the best, not super light bulb, but we are forming a inverse here, just on the 30-second though. Not even the 1 minute. Oh, but ES has a bunch of orders. 6, 8, 6, 7. It's all coming in. So that really could serve to push us lower, whether we take those orders or we just kind of go lower. It's about 400 orders sitting there. Okay, ES is coming up to take it. It took it. With pretty big 5 volume. So yeah, not bad 30-second.
Sweep NQ buyers.
You would be entering now though. And then we got this 30-second, that 30-second, so last gap in the leg.
Iceberg NQ sell. Sweep NQ buyers.
I would wait to see what ES does.
Sweep NQ sellers.
We got this one here. 1 minute.
Sweep NQ buyers.
And I know that when my setup shows and it's like is going up and then I didn't inverse it in that one candle, then I'm like, oh, and I get that feeling of like, oh no, am I gonna miss it? I got 1 more minute to wait here. And then that's when I look at the 30-second. And then sometimes my 30-second entries just aren't very good. So this is looking pretty V-shaped, to be honest.
Sweep NQ buyers.
Yeah, look, even this 30-second held. So ES is holding the 1 minute. But I know right now, this is definitely where I would be feeling that excitement / anxiety. So it looks like a fair amount of buying here. A bunch of little tiny icebergs, a bunch of little tiny like patches to go up. See what the 2 minute looks like. Let me create equal highs. Barely. Oh. Yeah, I would be getting antsy here for sure. 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute. I'd be like, no, am I gonna miss this? But you know what? The best thing is that whatever is meant for us will never pass us. So, good lesson here. I can literally see how I would be feeling with all of these candles just being kind of slow. Great lesson. Did you guys learn any lessons today? Not taking any trades? This is a good one. This is how I feel a lot. Watching. The 30-second might have entered here. This really looks like it's just going to come right back down though. Still did not inverse that 1 minute. Nothing really on BOOKMAP anymore. So technically we could just go up. But both indices are struggling here to inverse that 1 minute. Just huge wicks. We come up, we get that rejection once, twice, 3 times. However, we did not sweep any liquidity. The 30-second, the 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 3 minute, all still holding the fair value gap. So let's just watch this. Let's see. Now that we can sit here with a detached mind from the outcome. Let's see what happens. Last 15 minute in the leg, we swept our low of day, and now we're kind of forming that V shape. But as we form it, all those wicks and no inversion. So let's see what happens. Okay, so now the 1 minute closed. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. 6875 on ES, 6810 on NQ. 6810. Let's move this down. Here.
Sweep NQ buyers. Stop NQ buy.
We didn't take it yet. So now, oh, whoa. ES has
Absorption and Q buyers.
gone from minus 10,000 up to 11 plus 11,000. I'll have to rewatch the stream and see if I saw that right. So I'm pretty sure the CBD was very red. All right, let's see if this is another one of our entry models where we chop through, we close above, and then we just dump. ES barely closed above on just the last candle there. So, happened again. Big fair value gap, inverse it with a bunch of candles, and then we just go the opposite way.
Q sell.
Still holding this 1 minute here though. Two minutes to the macro. We did have a weekly here. Very interesting. I don't really mark those weeklies. Still holding that 1 minute. All right, well, it's about time to end the session. So, if anyone is feeling any benefits or if anyone is feeling any drawbacks from this 21-day no trading challenge, please, please, please leave a comment, send me a message. I'd be so happy to read and see how everyone else is feeling. Basically, I just know how I'm feeling. And basically what I am feeling is that market open's kind of boring. Trading is kind of boring now that we don't have those little dopamine spikes where we're pressing the buttons. So realistically, what we're just doing is watching gaps, watching price, and then making our guesses from there But when we don't have anything on the line, then that trading aspect just doesn't become as much fun anymore. So, great job today sticking to your plan. Great job sticking to your discipline. Overall, in the long term, us doing this challenge will really, really, really propel us forward as traders, because we are not emotionally invested in our trading session. Instead, really what we're doing is just observing. And likely since the moment you started trading, since the moment I started trading, we traded every day, every market open session, always checking our trading view, always checking the charts. So now is a really great time to build those profitable habits where we just stay away from the charts. We have our 2-hour session where we access the charts and we watch them. But other than that, we go along our day and we don't worry. We trust that every day as we show up for market open, that our setup will show. And if it doesn't, then we know the probabilities that it will show next time. So thank you all for joining me. Please leave your comments. Please leave your thoughts. Please leave your feelings. I love reading them. Bonus, if you take pictures of your journal and send them what you've written, I would love to see that. Now, have a great day.